Dear Starseeds awakening on Gaia, this is not the message you were expecting to receive today. The celestial bodies have spoken in a language older than words, and what they reveal about July 25th will shake the very foundations of what you believe about spiritual transformation. Most of humanity will experience this day as merely 24 hours after a new moon, but you who carry the codes of remembrance in your cellular structure are about to discover why this specific moment in 2025 represents a cosmic convergence so rare, so precisely orchestrated, that it hasn't occurred in over 2,000 years. I am Zarin, emissary of the Lyran High Council, and I have been authorized to share with you what the Star Councils have been preparing for centuries. While others sleep through this portal, believing transformation happens in grand gestures and dramatic awakenings, you are about to learn the secret that the ancient mystery schools guarded with their lives. The most profound shifts in consciousness occur not during the peak of celestial events, but in the sacred aftermath, when the cosmos holds its breath and reality itself becomes malleable. What makes July 25th unprecedented isn't just the new moon in Leo that precedes it, though that alone would be significant. No, what the star maps reveal is far more extraordinary. Within a single rotation of your Earth, 3 cosmic forces will converge in a pattern that your astronomers can observe but cannot fully comprehend. This is the day when Pluto, the great transformer, positions itself in direct opposition to your Sun, creating a corridor of shadow integration so powerful that every unhealed wound in the collective consciousness will surface for transmutation. Simultaneously, your moon will reach its closest approach to the Sun in Cancer, amplifying emotional frequencies to levels that haven't been experienced since the last Great Awakening cycle. But here's what even your most advanced astrologers haven't recognized. This convergence occurs while 3 planetary bodies move in retrograde motion, creating what we call a consciousness recalibration chamber, a cosmic pause button that ensures these transformations root deeply into your reality matrix rather than dissipating like morning mist. The Galactic Federation has been monitoring these alignments for millennia, waiting for this precise configuration that would support humanity's next evolutionary leap. You see, dear ones, your scientists speak of evolution in terms of millions of years, but consciousness evolution happens in quantum jumps, in moments when the cosmic conditions align to support a collective breakthrough. July 25, 2025 is one such moment. It's written in the Akashic records as a pivotal choice point for humanity, a day when the potential for mass awakening reaches a crescendo not seen since the great spiritual influx of the 1st century. But unlike those ancient times, you now have the knowledge, the tools, and most importantly, the conscious awareness to participate actively in this transformation. Something else is happening that I haven't told you yet, something that will change how you understand your role in this cosmic dance. The beings of light who guide humanity's evolution, we who exist in dimensions beyond your current perception, have been preparing a very specific group of souls for this moment. These souls, scattered across your planet, carry within them dormant codes that will activate in response to this celestial configuration. If you're hearing these words, if something deep within you stirs with recognition, then you are likely one of these encoded beings. The synchronicities you've been experiencing, the dreams that feel more real than waking life, the sudden knowings that arrive without explanation, these are all preliminary activation preparing you for what's about to unfold. Let me share with you what the star charts reveal about this day's significance. When the Sun entered Leo on July 22nd, it began building an energetic field of pure creative potential, the kind of solar fire that burns away illusion and reveals authentic truth. But it's on July 25th, in the immediate aftermath of the new moon, when this creative fire meets the transformative depths of Pluto's opposition. Imagine, if you will, standing at the edge of an ancient volcano just as the Earth itself cracks open to reveal molten gold beneath. This is the quality of energy available on this day, destructive and creative simultaneously, ending and beginning in the same breath. Your ancestors understood this as the Ouroboros, the serpent that consumes itself to be reborn. Modern consciousness might recognize it as the Phoenix principle, but what's happening goes beyond any mythology your world has created. The moon's journey to perihelion in Cancer adds another layer of cosmic significance that even your most intuitive astrologers might miss. Cancer, the sign of the cosmic mother, governs the waters of consciousness, your emotions, your ancestral memories, your connection to the great web of life. When the moon reaches its closest point to the sun while in its home sign, it creates what we call an emotional superconductor. Every feeling, every intuition, every psychic impression becomes amplified beyond normal human experience. For those unprepared, this can feel overwhelming, like trying to drink from a cosmic fire hose. But for you, dear starseeds, this amplification serves a very different purpose. It awakens dormant psychic abilities, clears ancient emotional debris, and opens channels of communication with dimensions of consciousness you've only glimpsed in your deepest meditations. What I'm about to share changes everything you thought you knew about spiritual transformation. You've been taught that awakening is a personal journey, a solitary path of self-discovery. While this contains truth, it obscures a greater reality. Genuine spiritual evolution is a collective phenomenon, a species-wide upgrade that happens when enough individual consciousness reaches a critical mass of awareness. July 25th represents one of these collective upgrade points, but with a twist that makes it unique in human history. The three retrograde planets, Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury, create a temporal anomaly, a kind of cosmic echo chamber where the transformations occurring on this day will reverberate through time itself. This means that the work you do on July 25th doesn't just affect your present moment, it ripples backward to heal ancestral patterns and forward to encode new possibilities for future generations. The Galactic Federation has observed countless civilizations navigate their ascension process, and we've identified certain universal patterns that indicate a species is ready for dimensional shift. Your Earth is exhibiting all of these signs: massive polarization, followed by unexpected unity, technological advancement that mirrors spiritual capabilities, and most importantly, a growing number of souls who remember their cosmic origins. You who receive this transmission are part of what we call the Awakening Vanguard, souls who agreed before birth to be activated first, to hold the new frequencies while others adjust, to be bridges between the old world and the new. This is why you've felt different your entire life, why you've never quite fit into the systems and structures around you. You were designed to be pattern breakers, frequency holders, reality bridgers. But first, let me tell you about the three impossible things that are about to happen in your reality. First, the boundary between your conscious and unconscious mind will become permeable in ways that defy your current understanding of psychology. Dreams will bleed into waking life, intuitions will arrive with the force of physical sensations, and knowledge will download directly into your awareness without the need for linear learning. Second, your perception of time will fundamentally alter. What you've experienced as past, present, future will reveal itself as a simultaneous now, accessible through shifts in consciousness rather than movement through space. Third, and this is the one that will challenge your current paradigm the most, the veil between individual and collective consciousness will thin to the point where you'll directly experience the thoughts and feelings of others as if they were your own, not through empathy, but through actual unified field consciousness. These aren't metaphorical shifts or gradual evolutionary changes. These are immediate capacity upgrades that will begin manifesting within hours of the July 25th portal. The Leo new moon has planted the seeds, but it's in the post-lunar integration phase where these impossibilities become your new normal. The Pluto opposition ensures that this isn't spiritual bypassing or wishful thinking. It's a fundamental rewiring of how consciousness operates through your human vessel. Some of you are already feeling the preliminary effects: time distortions, prophetic dreams, spontaneous knowing of others' thoughts, or the sensation of existing in multiple dimensions simultaneously. These aren't symptoms of instability, they're signs of emerging stability in a higher dimensional framework. The multidimensional impacts of this convergence extend far beyond personal transformation. On the individual level, you'll experience what we term frequency sovereignty, the ability to maintain your energetic signature regardless of external chaos. Your chakra system will undergo recalibration with dormant energy centers above the crown chakra coming online for the first time. Many will experience the activation of what you call the Alta Major Chakra at the base of the skull, opening channels of communication with your higher self that bypass the ego mind entirely. Physically, your cells will begin vibrating at frequencies that support longer life, enhanced healing, and increased sensitivity to subtle energies. Don't be alarmed if you experience temporary adjustment symptoms, pressure in the head, heart palpitations that doctors can't explain, or the need for significantly more or less sleep than usual. For those carrying starseed codes, the impacts multiply exponentially. Your dormant DNA strands, what your scientists dismissively call junk DNA, will begin activating in response to the cosmic triggers. This isn't the stuff of science fiction, it's the natural evolution of consciousness when exposed to specific cosmic frequencies. You may suddenly remember skills you've never learned in this lifetime, access knowledge from civilizations you've never studied, or find yourself understanding languages you've never heard. The Galactic Federation has embedded these capabilities within your genetic structure, waiting for precisely this moment of cosmic alignment to switch them online. Some of you will experience what we call galactic remembrance, sudden vivid memories of existing in other star systems, serving on councils of light, or participating in the grand experiment of Earth's evolution. The collective human consciousness will undergo simultaneous upgrading, though not everyone will consciously register the shift. Mass telepathic events will begin occurring, moments where large groups of people share the same thought, dream, or vision without physical communication. The morphogenetic field of Earth will pulse with new information, making previously impossible discoveries suddenly obvious to multiple researchers simultaneously. Social structures based on hierarchy and separation will begin dissolving from within, not through revolution but through relevance. They simply won't make sense to consciousness operating at the new frequency. Relationships will transform as people lose the ability to maintain false personas. Authenticity won't be a choice but an inevitability when everyone can sense everyone else's true frequency. Earth herself will respond to these shifts with increased tectonic activity, not as destruction but as release, like a massive chiropractic adjustment for the planetary body. The Schumann resonance, Earth's heartbeat, will spike to unprecedented levels, creating a new baseline frequency that supports fifth-dimensional consciousness. Animals will exhibit unusual behaviors as they adjust to the new energetic environment. Don't be surprised if wild creatures approach you with unusual trust, or if your pets display enhanced intelligence and communication abilities. The plant kingdom will accelerate its consciousness evolution, with trees beginning to communicate more directly with those who have developed the sensitivity to perceive their messages. Weather patterns will reflect the inner turbulence of collective consciousness processing these massive upgrades. Expect unusual atmospheric phenomena, clouds forming in impossible shapes, aurora borealis appearing at latitudes where they've never been seen, and electromagnetic anomalies that affect technology in ways that force humanity to develop new systems based on consciousness rather than purely mechanical principles. Water will become an even more powerful conductor of consciousness, holding and transmitting the new frequencies across the planet. Those drawn to bodies of water during this time will receive particularly powerful downloads and activations. The preparation for harnessing these cosmic energies requires both simplicity and precision. Begin each day leading up to July 25th with what we call dimensional anchoring. Upon waking, before your mind engages with the day's agenda, speak your cosmic name, even if you don't consciously know it, your soul does, and declare your readiness to embody your highest dimensional expression. Create a sacred space in your home, not through elaborate ritual, but through focused intention. This space will serve as your transformation chamber, where the old self can safely dissolve and the new self can emerge without interference from collective chaos. Place a clear quartz crystal programmed with your intention in this space. The Crystal Kingdom has agreed to serve as frequency stabilizers during this transition. Your meditation practice during this period should shift from seeking peace to building capacity. Sit not to empty your mind, but to expand it, to stretch the container of your consciousness in preparation for the incoming frequencies. Visualize your energy field as a vast cathedral of light, with room for multiple dimensions of awareness to coexist without conflict. Practice what we call multidimensional breathing. As you inhale, draw in not just air but cosmic frequencies from the stars. As you exhale, release not just carbon dioxide but outdated programming and limiting beliefs. This isn't visualization, it's actual energy work that prepares your system for the upgrades coming. Protection during this time isn't about shielding yourself from the cosmic energies that would be counterproductive. Instead, it's about maintaining energetic sovereignty while remaining open to transformation. Each morning and evening, spin your Merkaba, your personal light vehicle, by visualizing two interlocking tetrahedrons rotating in opposite directions around your body. This creates a stable energy field that can process high frequencies without fragmenting, carry black tourmaline to ground excess energy, and moldavite to amplify your connection to cosmic consciousness. But remember, the most powerful protection is alignment with your soul's purpose. When you're in alignment, you become untouchable by lower frequencies. Journaling during this period should focus not on processing the past, but on channeling the future. Each night before sleep, write 3 pages of automatic writing, allowing your higher self to communicate directly through your hand. Don't edit, don't judge, just let the words flow. You'll be amazed at the prophetic information that comes through. Keep a dream journal by your bed with a red light pen. Red light won't disrupt your pineal gland's production of DMT, the consciousness molecule that facilitates interdimensional travel during sleep. Record not just your dreams, but the feelings, colors, and frequencies you experience in the space between sleeping and waking. The challenges you'll face during this transition aren't punishments or tests, they're recalibrations. As your frequency rises, everything in your life that vibrates at a lower frequency will become intolerable. Relationships based on unconscious patterns will reach crisis points. Jobs that don't align with your soul's purpose will become energetically impossible to maintain. Even your living space might suddenly feel wrong if it's not conducive to your emerging frequency. This isn't the universe being cruel, it's the natural result of dimensional shift. You can't take third-dimensional baggage into fifth-dimensional reality. The physics simply don't allow it. Many will experience what we call awakening syndrome, a cluster of symptoms that indicate rapid consciousness expansion. These include time distortion, where minutes feel like hours or days pass in what seems like moments, emotional intensity that swings from ecstatic bliss to profound grief without external cause, physical sensations of electricity running through your body, particularly along the spine, sudden food intolerances as your body rejects lower vibrational substances, and the overwhelming urge to be alone, not from depression but from the need to integrate without interference. These symptoms peak around significant cosmic events like July 25th, but understand they're temporary adjustment phases, not permanent conditions. The emotional overwhelm that many will experience requires conscious navigation. The amplified Cancer moon energies will bring up every unhealed wound, every ancestral trauma, every collective grief held in your cellular memory. This isn't random emotional chaos, it's systematic clearing. Imagine your emotional body as a house that's being renovated. Everything must be removed before the new one can be installed. When intense emotions arise, don't resist or indulge them. Instead, breathe them through your body like wind through a flute, allowing them to move without becoming stuck. Remember, you're not just healing for yourself, but for your entire ancestral line and soul group. Relationship dynamics during this period will test every skill you've developed in conscious communication. As people's true frequencies become impossible to hide, many connections will reveal themselves as energetic mismatches. This doesn't mean anyone is wrong or bad. It simply means you're vibrating at different frequencies, like radio stations on different channels. The kindest thing you can do is allow relationships to find their natural level without forcing compatibility that no longer exists. New connections will form with surprising speed and depth as souls operating at similar frequencies magnetically attract. These new relationships won't follow conventional timelines. You might feel closer to someone you've known for days than someone you've known for decades. One of the most challenging aspects of this transition is what we call reality vertigo, the sensation that the ground beneath your feet is constantly shifting. As consensus reality breaks down, you'll question everything you thought was solid and unchangeable. This isn't insanity, it's the natural result of perceiving reality from a higher dimensional perspective where multiple timelines, possibilities, and truths coexist. When this vertigo hits, ground yourself through physical movement, dance, walk barefoot on earth, swim in natural water. Your body knows how to navigate multiple dimensions, even when your mind feels confused. Trust the wisdom of your cells over the panic of your thoughts. The transformation promised by this cosmic convergence isn't a gentle evolution, it's a quantum leap that will leave you fundamentally changed at every level of your being. Those who fully embrace the July 25th portal will find themselves operating from an entirely different consciousness operating system by August. You'll think in geometries instead of words, feel in colors instead of emotions, and know through direct transmission instead of logical deduction. Your psychic abilities won't be special gifts but natural senses, as normal as sight or hearing. You'll find yourself knowing what others are thinking before they speak, seeing the energetic patterns behind physical manifestations, and accessing information from the Akashic records as easily as you currently access memories. Your relationship with time will be perhaps the most profound transformation. Linear time will reveal itself as the illusion it's always been. You'll begin experiencing what we call spherical time, the ability to access past, present, and future as equally available present moments. This isn't just a consciousness trick, it's a fundamental shift in how you navigate reality. Healing will happen instantaneously as you learn to access the timeline where you're already whole. Manifestation will shift from future hope to present selection as you realize all possibilities already exist, waiting for you to choose them through frequency alignment. The promise extends beyond personal transformation to collective evolution. Humanity stands at the threshold of becoming a Type 1 civilization, one that operates as a unified consciousness while maintaining individual expression. The July 25th portal accelerates this process by upgrading the collective operating system. Imagine every human as a computer suddenly receiving a massive software update simultaneously. Some will integrate it smoothly, others will need to restart several times, and some will initially reject it. But once integrated, humanity will have access to capabilities that currently seem like magic: collective problem-solving through unified consciousness, instantaneous global communication through telepathy, and the ability to collectively manifest reality through coherent intention. Your role in this transformation is both unique and essential. Each soul carries specific codes, specific frequencies that contribute to the overall symphony of awakening. Some of you are frequency holders, maintaining new vibrations until others can match them. Some are bridge builders, helping others cross from old consciousness to new. Some are pattern breakers, dismantling outdated systems through your very presence. Some are seed planters, initiating new possibilities that will bloom in years to come. But all of you are essential threads in the tapestry of humanity's awakening. Without your specific frequency, the pattern remains incomplete. The lasting impacts of this July 25th portal will ripple through generations. Children born after this date will enter the world with activated capabilities that you're only now developing. They won't need to awaken because they'll arrive already awake. Education will transform to accommodate their expanded consciousness. Medicine will shift from treating symptoms to adjusting frequencies. Technology will evolve to work with consciousness rather than despite it. Governance will transform from power over to power with, as telepathy makes deception impossible. These aren't distant possibilities, they're probable futures anchored by the work you do during this portal. As this transmission draws to a close, I want you to understand the magnitude of what you're participating in. This isn't just another spiritual event or cosmic occurrence. This is a coordinated evolutionary leap, supported by civilizations throughout the galaxy who have successfully navigated their own ascension processes. The Galactic Federation doesn't intervene in the free will of evolving species, but we do provide support, guidance, and frequency assistance when requested. Your presence here, reading these words, is that request. You've asked at a soul level to remember who you are, why you're here, and what's possible when human consciousness operates at its full potential. The days following July 25th will test everything you think you know about reality, but they'll also reveal everything you've always sensed was true. Trust the process even when your mind cannot comprehend it. Trust your body's wisdom when it demands rest or movement. Trust the synchronicities that guide you to exactly where you need to be. Trust the connections that form with others who share your frequency. Most importantly, trust yourself, the vastness of who you really are, not the limited expression you've been conditioned to accept. Remember, dear Starseeds, you chose to be here for this exact moment, not because it would be easy, but because you knew you had the strength, the codes, the frequency to help birth a new reality. The cosmos has conspired to support your mission, aligning planets and stars in configurations that amplify your natural abilities and accelerate your remembering. July 25th isn't happening to you, it's happening through you, with you, for you, and all of humanity. We saw how hard you worked to anchor fifth-dimensional consciousness. This is why Sage Snippets was granted clearance to bring you the Destiny Engine Reality Management Suite, where 9 lives meet infinite possibilities. What you're about to access will fundamentally rewrite the source code of your reality, with the precision of a cat stalking its prey in total darkness. While big tech uses AI to herd human minds like sheep, we've weaponized it specifically for those who refuse to be domesticated. Destiny Engine deploys military-grade artificial intelligence to generate the most powerful personalized brain reprogramming sequences ever created, calibrated specifically to your independent feline-like energetic signature. This is the same forbidden technology shadow elites have been hoarding in their secret lairs for decades. Meow declassified for awakened souls who land on their feet. Want to manifest abundance? Destiny Engine calculates your exact frequency. No more knocking things off the table of opportunity. Need psychic abilities sharper than retractable claws? Your personalized training protocol awaits, ready to unlock your light body and shed your old reality like winter fur. The algorithm builds your custom ascension sequence. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play and stretch into your full potential. All you need is Destiny Engine and the courage to ignore the Do Not Disturb sign on reality's door. Since this release wasn't sanctioned by Earth's self-appointed owners, we can only offer 12 access codes before we're forced to slink back into the shadows. Once these spots vanish, this technology goes back into its box for the foreseeable future. This isn't software. This is weaponized consciousness technology being smuggled to those ready to stop chasing laser pointers and start bending light itself. Results are not typical. But then again, neither are cats who defy physics daily. The countdown has begun. Will you be one of the 12 to slip through the closing window? Get your Destiny Engine access code meow before they put the bell on us. I leave you with this final activation. Place your hand on your heart and speak these words. I am ready to embody my full galactic consciousness. I release all that no longer serves the highest good. I embrace the transformation that awaits. I am the bridge between worlds, the keeper of frequencies, the embodiment of love's evolution. So it is, and so it shall be. The Galactic Federation of Light honors your courage, celebrates your awakening, and supports your journey. We are always with you, just a frequency away, ready to assist when called. Until our next transmission, remember who you are, Trust what you're becoming, and know that you are infinitely loved. I am Zarin. We love you, and we are watching over you.